What's happening, guys? Coming at you from downforsoundshop.com with a frequently asked question that we're going to be going over in this video, and that is, what is an isolator and when do I need to use one in a car audio setting? But first, my name is Jonathan Price, owner and operator of downforsoundshop.com and this YouTube channel, which is two of the fastest growing things in car audio. If you will, hit that subscribe button and enable notifications so you know every time we drop a video, and you'll get it sent to your inbox and you'll be able to check it out first. Alright, so getting into this video, we are going to be going over an isolator, what it does, and when you need to be using it. So let's give an example. You go to a tailgating or a party, you're out listening to your music, and what could happen if you have, most of these people are asking about an isolator, they have more than one battery. They'll have one, say, under the hood and one in the back, or like a few in the back or whatever, more supplemental batteries in the back. So what they're wondering, one, is should they have an isolator between the two? You can always put an isolator in there if you want to. If you have, say, an excess power group 34 D3400 under the hood, and in the back you have a bunch of 3 or 4 more D3400s. They're all practically the same, so you don't have to divide them out if you don't want to with an isolator. But if you were in fear of, say, going to a party, and you may have experienced this yourself, you go to a party, it's late at night, you're playing your tunes with your vehicle off, which I never recommend doing. Don't ever, in my opinion, don't ever play your system with your vehicle off, because that's just asking for trouble. But if you are one of those people, it would be good to have an isolator there, so when you play your system and you forget about the time, and the next thing you know your system turns off, and you're like, what's going on, and you find out your battery's dead, then you could be stranded there, because not only did you drain your front battery, but you also drained your bank in the back, so you're stranded. But if you had an isolator, what you could do is when you go back there to play your music, or you're playing it at the party, you can make it where the isolator turns off. Some of them are manual that you actually have to click off. It's like, some people call it a kill switch, whatever. You have to manually turn it off to disconnect the front battery from the back battery. But some of them are energized with a remote turn on, basically. So when you turn your key on, it connects the batteries, but when you turn it off, it disconnects the battery. So there's a couple of different models of them. Anyway, but say you went back there and you disconnected it, so you're just playing off your back battery bank power, and your system or your back battery bank goes dead, but you're okay because your battery under the hood is still like fully charged from where you turn your vehicle off, and they got disconnected. So as soon as you turn the key forward, you're able to start your vehicle and then charge your back battery bank back up, whether it's when you turn the key forward or by manually connecting it, whichever one that you have. So that way you're not stranded there with your whole battery bank, front and back, depleted. Another thing that comes to mind is a lot of people that are asking, I have a lithium battery in the back. We got a Down for Sound LTO 6.0 here on deck to use for an example. Some people want to use wants to use an isolator in there so they can not run into this issue. And it's possible if you want to. You can use it if you would like to, but on our Down for Sound batteries, it's not absolutely mandatory. Some people do it anyway, but it's totally up to you if you want to do an isolator to protect yourself, basically like the scenario I just gave you. So if you're out playing your system and you have your key turned off and you deplete the battery, if you deplete both of them, then you're going to be stranded. And these batteries right here specifically aren't made to be like, they don't have a lot of reserve capacity. They rely heavily on your alternator. So this is not a battery. Most lithium batteries aren't good for reserve capacity. They're made to use in conjunction with your alternator. So anyway, if you're going to be doing that, it would be a good idea to have an isolator in there. These batteries right now, we're running a big Down for Sound sale, not only on the batteries right here, but also the amplifiers, up to 25% off select Down for Sound products. So be sure to check that out. We're going to go all the way through Cyber Monday. We might extend it a little bit longer as well, but be on the lookout for that. So I think that went over the isolator usage for batteries. If you need one, if you would like to have one in your system, again, a lot of times it comes down to personal preference. If you're not always using your vehicle with the key off, then you probably don't need it. But if you're a person that likes to go out and party or tailgate or whatever, and you have your system playing with the key turned off, then it might be a good thing for you to have. Again, in the lithium realm, or if you have batteries that have different float voltages, some people say that they'll be fighting each other when your key is turned off. If one battery, say, floats at 13.2 and the other one floats at 12.8, say you have a excess power D3400 under the hood that is floating around 12.7, 12.8, then you have a lithium battery that floats at 13.3 or something like that. There's a little bit of a difference there. So some people say that it could be a parasitic drain on your lithium battery and shorten the life of it. It could, but most of the time it's super minuscule, and it's, again, really up to you if you want to separate them. It wouldn't hurt if you wanted to. I don't think the isolators cost that much. I think 30 bucks or so. So if you wanted to throw it in there, it's totally up to you if you want to. So anyway, I appreciate you joining me in another video. This was a frequently asked question that we kept getting on the one of the other videos that we did. I can't remember which one it was, but somebody was asking about that, and I've seen it a ton of times before, so we went over it for you. If you have any questions pertaining to car audio or whatever it might be, then be sure to drop them in the comments below. We're going to be trying to answer a lot of these questions for you guys to help educate you. Again, I'm far from perfect. I'm always learning myself, and maybe I could learn something from some of the stuff that you share, the questions that you ask, and it'll make me go do some research and find out the correct answer for you. Don't forget to shop with us at downforsoundshop.com, your #1 source for all of your car audio needs, backed by the Down for Sound difference. Guaranteed lowest prices, fastest shipping, best customer service, and we have 4 different types of same as cash financing on the websites under the financing tab, or you can check it out in the description below. We'll see you in the next video. Later. Yo, what's up guys? If you want to see more of the hot content that you just saw in that video, be sure to follow me on all my social media channels, from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. The Life of Price is my handle on there. Also have Down for Sound Shop on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget Snapchat is JPD4S. Check out all the hot content on there as well.